Okay, so my Euro New Zealand dollar trade sadly lost, the one that I took during the analysis. So let's take a look at it. Technically, the only thing wrong with the signal is that this candle is the second candle outside of the bands. So it doesn't exactly match this. And that's a pretty small break. But really what was wrong with the trade was basically timing. So there wasn't a whole lot of movement. We simply kind of ranged in this area. So we went from about 15 pips up, maybe 20 pips down. But the real problem was the new spike, which basically took us out, I think, if not to the pip, by the spread. So maybe if our stop was another 5 pips higher, we would have stayed in. But I don't know what the spread was because I wasn't watching, so I probably would have got taken out by the spread anyway. So, of course, we got a nice 120 pip move down after the news. And I'm sure that we probably got another signal either there or there, or you could have done both if you are aggressive. Let's see. 730. So you can see that this definitely would have been an aggressive signal. We're about 50-50 on the bar. Shadow candle has just changed. But this is what we want to see happen from our analysis. So we're not quite, yeah, we closed with that candle in the sell zone. So you could have taken that as an aggressive entry and you would have had a little bit of drawdown, or you could have taken this candle right here which was pretty perfect at the bottom of the sell zone. About 8 pips drawdown. So the aggressive stop was behind the band since we've already started moving in the right direction for about 28 pips. Or you could have went above the EMAs for 43-ish pips there. And you would have had 100 pips profit. Alright, so since we're recording, let's take a look at some other pairs. You can see how New Zealand dollar is still stuck in here so far. Let's see which way to break. There is a lot of odd and NZD news coming up. Pound CAD has pretty much been following. What we'll need to see is a reaction to this level. We could trade it back up around here for another retest of this area, or the break down, which would give us more room. Pound odd. Odd's still testing its run up. You could still move down from that area. It depends on what the news is going to do. But if we get a nice jump up from the news, here and here are going to be big areas to watch for reversals back down, potentially all the way to this level. pound JPY, it's hard to see on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. So you can see we did find support in this area, and we've moved back up. However, WR1 and this area do give us good potential short areas. Because if we take a look at pound USD, this is going to be a pretty strong area to short off of. We may get another push back up to this level. But I think potentially we have a good short lining up there. Alright, so let's look at Euro New Zealand dollar. So we're still looking for support at this area and then a move down to here or here, right? Well, maybe not. Let's have a look at NZD USD. Here, we're in also another potential short. We've bounced off the daily 55 and currently broken the 4 hour 200 and the bullish dynafib. Okay, so we'll have to be careful here with which way we're going to go. We could potentially be seeing a good short here, or we could attempt to make another push up to the upside. And of course, Euro New Zealand dollar is going to be inversely correlated there. Euro CAD, we've come down, so we just want to see a continuation of basically this stuff break. We could potentially on 5 minute get a bounce off of there, but we have pretty limited space into this area. Euro AUD, we did come down a little bit, but not as much as I thought we would, probably due to the Australian news. So I'm not sure if there was a signal there or not. But what I'm going to be watching is where we spike on the next round of news. Are we going to come up to this level, or are we going to spike down into here? Either way could give us a good trade in the opposite direction of the spike. Can be quite overbought here, and of course anywhere in this area is where we're going to be looking for a bounce back up. Alright, Australian New Zealand dollar hasn't really done too much. It's continued down. We may be finding support at WS1 for a counter trade, but again, we have a ton of Australian and New Zealand dollar news coming out over the next about 24 hours now. On CAD, we found resistance at 61.8 and moved down. We're currently kind of in the middle of nowhere for the most part. Let's look at the 1 hour. So we could see what happens around this 23.6 fib. But I would rather see a pullback up into this area for another move back down, or see what happens around WS1 and the low. And on USD, pretty much the same picture. We pulled back a little bit. We moved down from the weekly pivot. It's going to depend a lot on what happens in a little less than half an hour with the news, where we go. If we spike back up in this area, that may give us a good opportunity to short. All right, so I will catch you guys in the forums for London session.